Hey you guys, Lysandro here, and today I'm gonna do another blog video. And basically, this is something I want to do just for venting and stuff, kind of like pretty much deal with a lot of the frustration and everything, you know. And I want to ask y'all a little question, and that question is if you're doing work or you're doing whatever you like, or you're trying to do something, whatever type of work you're trying to do, how do you do it best? By yourself? Over somebody watching you? Or somebody completely talking shit? I want to say that because um, pretty much, I guess what I want to focus on is the whole factor of quote unquote stress. It gets to us all. It fucks us up really bad. It clouds our judgment. It makes us do a lot of mistakes and all. And ironically, it's the very reason why we age at the rate that we do. Well, basically, the people that deal with more stress age a lot quicker and all. But the reason why I want to say this is that mainly I am sick and tired of a lot of um, a lot of shit because having to start off having to deal with angry customers, having to deal with really stupid people. When you go on the road, having to deal with stupid drivers, then the whole stupid family dilemma bullshit. Having to deal with unnecessary stresses over nonsense that you have, being overly busy, not having time for yourself, having to deal with a multitude of things from other people, rantings, yellings, and other shit. It gets to us all. It really gets to us all. And we deal with that shit. We have to deal with that shit. There's no, uh, there's no wonder why there are violent people. There's no wonder why there are a bunch of criminals out there. And I'm not talking about the career, quote unquote, career criminals. I'm not talking about those that uh, do like to commit crimes for the hell of it. I'm not talking about those criminals that do it for necessity or so. I'm talking about those criminals that go out on a whim and do shit because of the frustration, the irritation of so many things. Don't you think you would get mad if you were constantly dealing with a lot of unnecessary stuff? And the thing is, what people have to understand is that you can't do stuff and expect the same efficiency if you're stressed out rather when you're calm. The more stressed out you are, the more you tend to be less efficient. Why? Because you're usually tend to be tired. Your judgment is clouded a lot of the time. This is different from discipline, and even discipline has its drawbacks at some point. This is the very reason why discipline. Why? Because you're trying to adjust yourself to deal with stress. You're trying to adjust yourself to deal with stressful situations. You're trying to get the best out of yourself, and that's what the whole deal is. You're trying to get the best out of yourself, but the thing is, a lot of people don't realize that if you're dealing with stress, you're not gonna be as efficient as if you were calm and all. I deal with someone that's gonna remain nameless and all, but what I deal with is is a person that does not understand that if you're constantly pestering a person and all, they're eventually gonna get upset. You're not gonna get the same results. If let me put it to you like this: if all your life is fucking stress, then how in the fuck do you expect to be happy? How in the fuck do you expect to be efficient? How in the fuck do you expect to be creative? Or how in the fuck do you expect to come up with new ideas to resolve problems? A clear mind is a lot more efficient than one that's pestered. Usually, when you need to take the most important decisions, you need to be clear of your mind, because otherwise you're prone to mistakes. You're prone to a lot of distortion that can cloud your judgment. You're prone to all that. And then some may say, "Oh, what if the problem rises all of a sudden, unexpectedly?" It still applies the same, considering the fact that you can't get the uh, most of a calm situation. Uh, you can't calm down when a problem like that arises. You usually try to clear your mind as best as you can to deal with that problem. Otherwise, if you're panicking out of a problem, if you're not calm, you're you're likely to make mistakes and you're likely to fuck up. Now, one of the things I like to say is that every single problem there is, every single issue there is, every single every single aspect of our lives, it all goes through our mind. And one of the concepts I like to say is that every problem there is, absolutely every problem there is, it's all in your head. Now, a lot of you may say that you're crazy, Dad. There's no possible way it's all in your head. And I say, yes, it is. And the reason why is this: if you're if you're in some shit, if you're dealing with some problem, whatever it is, regardless, regardless whether it's life-threatening or not, serious, or some type of annoyance, the thoughts of that passes through your head. At the end of the day, you have to think how to resolve those problems. You have to think quickly. You have to be efficient. You have to uh, be thorough over picking the solution to your problem. And the thing is, the reason why all of our problems is all in our head is because after all this, it's your mind that has to deal with it. It's you who deals with the problems. It's you who has to deal with it and think over the solution you're going to take. Because after all, like I said, all our problems are in our head. What are real, however, are the consequences of our actions. If you panic on something, you make a mistake, okay? All that runs through your head. However, the consequences that you're gonna deal out of making a mistake are very real. All our problems are in our heads, but the consequences of our actions are real. I guess this is all I'm gonna say for now. And I guess I expressed everything I wanted to say. But anyway, um, like I said, keep a clear mind. Keep keep clear. Keep calm. Keep your mentality calm whenever you're resolving issues, whenever you're resolving problems, whenever you're dealing with stress or whatever. Because, like an old friend of mine told me, a clearer mind is a lot more efficient at resolving problems rather than a tired and stressed out mind. Try to keep your mind calm and clear as best as you can. But anyway, that'll be all for now. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.